I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Table Spot. My name is Metal Mike, and I am joined here tonight, as always, with the Sin City Wolf himself, Sean, and our special guest for the evening, Sammy, is here with us tonight on The Table Spot. Lady, gentleman, how you doing?
Good. I got my baby on my shirt. I'm ready to go, just like Sammy's got hers on her shirt.
I'm great. How are you?
I feel kind of bad because, like, I'm just wearing my generic black tank top that I always wear. You know, you catch me every Sunday night or Wednesday night or something, and I'm always wearing this thing. It gets washed. Just to let you know, it does get washed.
I hope so.
It does end up in the wash basket, every 2 days. So I don't wear it like 8 days in a row and then throw it in there. Like, it gets washed. I'm not freaking dirty, but I'm always wearing this. The thing is it's so real quick before we get into things. It is like 90 degrees in my house. Okay? Like where you guys are, it's warm. It's nice and warm, sunny out. You guys get a nice breeze at nighttime. It's beautiful. No, here in Pennsylvania, it is freaking 20 degrees outside. 20 degrees.
Oh,
so in our house, it is 90.
Sounds like a you problem, bro.
I don't miss that weather.
I don't control the heat, though. My parents do. So, like, and they're up there. They're 65 years old. So, they get colder easier. And I'm like, God, it's fucking hot in this room. It's hot in here. I have my windows open and a window fan in. Like, yeah. Like, I have to flip back and forth by turning my fan in and out and then closing my window opening because it gets cold and it's hot and it's cold and it's hot. It's ridiculous. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into the thing that happened last night. WWE Survivor Series War Games. Now, here's the thing is last night, I didn't get to watch it live. So I stayed off social media literally for 18 hours straight. No social media. Because I didn't want to get spoiled.
You know you would have too if you did.
Oh, I know instantly I would have, especially for what happened at the end. But here's the thing is the moment that show ended, I was like, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We didn't only get the return of Randy Orton, but we got the return of CM Punk in the WWE.
And
We said Randy.
R-Truth.
I said, oh yeah, we got.
That's
right. We got R-Truth during a Ruffles promotional thing.
I know. I was not expecting that.
That was a good point. I actually, you know what? I wrote that down in my notes too. But you beat me too, which is okay.
Oh,
I'm cool with it. No, I'm cool with it. Don't say sorry. I'm cool with it. No worries. But yeah, we did get our truth. And that's the thing is you see him all over social media. You know, you see him on TikTok doing TikTok lives and everything like that. And you ask that question like, dude, where are you? When are you coming back? Now, I watch his lives. He's been focusing a lot on his music stuff. You know, had his new album come out not too long ago. But now, maybe he's back. Maybe he's not. But that was a cool little interaction. You know, that little segment was pretty cool. It was pretty funny. It was.
Maybe you think, hey, I'm still here. You know, like he may not be on TV, but he's still there behind the scenes.
So, and Sammy, I see that you are being graced with the presence of Randy Orton behind you. That is awesome.
I had to bring him tonight.
I would love to interview him if he'd give me the chance.
Yeah, he said maybe.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Randy. Appreciate it, bud. You guys are coming to Pennsylvania December 2nd, so just let me know. You'll be 5 minutes from my house. We can go to a coffee shop or something.
Raw's going to you guys?
Huh?
You guys gonna go to Raw?
No. So WWE Live event is coming on Saturday, December 2nd. It's just a house show.
Hey, that's still something.
Yeah. Oh, the house shows here are amazing. We literally the arena we have here sells out almost every time they come here.
If I would get him too.
So I haven't looked to see if we are getting him because obviously he just came back last night. But we are getting, I believe we are getting Cody, we're getting Jay, we're getting McIntyre, we're getting LA Knight, we're getting Bianca Belair. Like we're getting a lineup. We are getting a lineup.
Raw and SmackDown.
Fucking Punk too.
So maybe you might be right. But that's one of my questions. Let's get into this. CM Punk returns last night, right after the men's War Game match, and we're going to get into all the matches. We will talk about all the matches and everything like that. We will get into it because this show is solely focused on Survivor Series War Games, what happened last night, our thoughts. We're going to reveal what our records were from last night between me, Cam, and Sean for our predictions. And we're going to give our thoughts on what we feel is going to happen moving forward because the landscape changed. That landscape changed. The drop of a dime. Just because of 2 people returning. I'm sorry, Sammy, 3 people returning. Okay. But mainly 2 with CM Punk and Randy Orton. But what's up, Tommy? I know you do. I know you do. You don't know. You know what? You don't hate me. You love me. Just don't be sad. Don't cry. I got tissues for you, buddy. But we'll save that talk for next Sunday morning. On Red Zone, 11 a.m. You know where to find me, Tommy. This is wrestling. My first question is, guys, how much do you think CM Punk is going to be involved? How much? Do you think we're just going to see him on televised events? Are we just going to see him do PLEs? I mean, we're going to get him on Raw Monday night.
Okay.
Logan Paul.
I care fucking less. I wish Cam was here because I'm talking a whole bunch of shit on CM Punk right now because that man, I've said it before, that man's the biggest hypocrite in fucking wrestling. He's the biggest hypocrite in wrestling. Man says he goes 7 years, 8, 9 with AEW talking shit nonstop about WWE, saying he'll never go back. He had that promo with MJF when MJF packs the shit, still leaves. He's still going to be there in AEW. Look what happened. Now, man comes walking back into WWE as the biggest fucking hypocrite in the world.
But Sean, do you think he would have made more of an impact in Impact? No pun intended. Do you think he would have made more of an impact in Impact or coming back to WWE?
He would have made more impact being a stay-at-home fucking husband. You know what?
Okay. So
I'd rather have AJ Lee back. And then
I understand you're not happy about this. But
half the roster last night's not happy about it.
Oh, I know. Believe me. The moment I seen everything happened, I was on social media for like an hour straight, reading up on things, seeing videos, all that stuff. Believe me, I seen it. But let's do this for a second. Let's take the not happy part, throw it away. Now pretend that you're happy about CM Punk being in wrestling still. Do you feel like he would have been better off making an impact in Impact? Or do you think he's going to make more of an impact in WWE?
I can't even pretend. I really don't like this man. I really don't. I can't pretend. He could have gone to, he could have made an impact in fucking WoW for all I care about. You know, women in wrestling. He could have made an impact in that struggling ass NWA. But
Sammy,
whatever.
I don't
Sammy,
have a problem with CM Punk.
do you feel like he's going to make more of an impact in WWE, or do you think he would have made more of an impact in Impact?
I think he's gonna have a bigger impact in WWE, but he's never been in TNA, has he?
No. Well, yeah, he was earlier in his career. He was there.
Oh, okay, he has. Then yeah, the WWE then absolutely, because of what happened last night. Like he already had impact on a couple of wrestlers last night, and the whole crowd was cheering him on. He just walked out at the very end. So I think it's gonna be good. They had more. That Randy came back. CM came back. R-Truth came back. So now they have more people that are better challengers for the like Roman, Seth, like people like that. They have more people to challenge them that can actually beat them. I think.
I'll say this: the crowd number one. I mean, it's obvious they were in Chicago. He was going to get a pop. That was not, and they had CM Punk chants going almost that whole event. Every match, you heard CM Punk chants. Even at the beginning of the men's War Game match, heavy CM Punk chants. So it's obvious that the crowd, they wanted him. Now, before I get into my thought on this, my second question: who do you think got a bigger pop, Randy or Punk?
You're not gonna be biased. I feel like Randy did.
Sean?
Like when he came out.
Sean?
Unfortunately, it was CM Punk. It's his hometown, a rabid ass crowd. Fucking, it wasn't fair to Randy that they did that. Like, no, that it wasn't fair to Randy that they fucking, like, someone, I forgot who said it, but I think it was one of the dirt sheets or one of the, like a former wrestler or something. Having CM Punk come out right after Cody's first War Games win and Randy's return kind of just overshadowed everything, and it's not fair to them.
I'll say this.
Why they did it though. Sorry, I didn't say why they had him come out last night out of all nights because of it being in Chicago and being a pay-per-view. But I'm being biased. I think I still think it was Randy had the biggest pop.
I will say this. If I had to pick who got the bigger pop, the more natural pop had to be Randy. It was a natural pop. Even though they were expecting him, it was more of a natural pop. Because CM Punk, people were expecting it. It was almost like, okay, if we get CM Punk, we're automatically going to be happy about this. We're going to cheer. This place is going to the roof is going to go flying off the building. You know, Randy got the more natural pop. Even though we knew a week ahead of time that Randy was coming back, he got the more natural pop. I feel. And I'm a CM Punk fan. I am. Am I happy about a lot of the stuff that he has done in the past couple years? No. I'm not happy about it. But
CM Punk 3 to 6 months before he fucks up again.
And now is going to be my next question. Was how long do you think this lasts? Sean, we said 6 months. Sammy, your thoughts? 6 months? 8 months?
No, I think it'd be a little bit. I think he's older now. Maybe he'll be smart enough. Like you can't really go back to AEW and after WWE and go back to Impact afterwards. I think he's gonna be smart. I think he'll last a lot longer than 6 months. Maybe the whole contract. Who knows?
I mean, until we find out how long his contract is. I mean, I didn't get any statistic on how long his contract is. It's something that I definitely want to see. And I mean, I know we'll obviously, okay, we did get it in the chat. it's a 3-year contract, 3-year deal.
Last 3 years.
He's not lasting 3 years.
But here's the thing: that seems to be the obvious, because wasn't it a 3-year deal in AEW?
Yeah, and he didn't even last 3 years.
So we did get it. We did.
When did he come back? 2020?
2021.
2020. Okay,
it was the second or third episode of Rampage, I think it was. Yeah. He came back pretty early in the Rampage era. What was that?
He only lasted 3 episodes of AEW?
No. No, he only lasted 2 years in AEW, 21, 22, and then he left in 23. Okay. So, okay, debut episode of Rampage. I know I was around that area of Rampage, but we don't even know the truth on what actually happened because of Meltzer's involvement with AEW, TYB, and then we got the 3-year and the debut episode of Rampage. So I'll say this: his deal with AEW, I think, was around like a 3-year deal. Obviously, he only lasted 2. Realistically, only lasted like a year and a half because of being out with injury, and then everything that happened the first time around, and now this stuff with Jungle Boy happened. Like, I will say this: if the heat between him and Seth are true, because I read somewhere where like this is just Seth trying to bring back like kayfabe moment of like, I have heat with him, but realistically he doesn't. Like, I'm hearing different things. And again, as I always say, I don't always believe everything I read, because some of it can be bull. You know what I mean? So, but if it is real, I would have to say like 6-8 months. Okay. I agree with Sean around the 6 to 8 month mark. I don't see it lasting the 3 years. Now, if he makes amends with people and builds up his bridges with whoever he burnt bridges with, then maybe he learned from the stuff he went through in AEW and is trying to clean up whatever stuff he burned down. On my opinion, I think he would have made a bigger impact going to Impact, because there's new faces there, people he's never seen. I think with Impact going back to TNA in 2024 would have been fitting too, because TNA, they're hitting the reset button in a sense. I don't know too much about storyline hitting the reset button, but as a company name and kind of cleaning off the umbrella and saying Impact gone, TNA back, new faces. I mean, just think of the matches you could have had in TNA. Mike Bailey, Josh Alexander. You know, he could have had a lot of great matches in TNA as well. I was hoping he would have went to TNA. I was excited to see him last night. Well, not last night, but when I watched it today, I was excited to see him. But hopefully he proves us wrong and lasts a little longer than he did in AEW. And we don't get the same outcome and ending that he's had in the past with both WWE and AEW. I will say this. Pitchers do tend to have many meanings. Did you guys see the picture with Triple H? Your thoughts on that picture?
What picture?
So Triple H and CM Punk took a picture backstage, shaking hands, smiling. Had the biggest geeky smiles on their faces. Almost like one of those ha ha ha, we got you kind of smiles. So if you can find it, Sammy, check it out.
It is on Twitter, you said?
It's on Twitter, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's all over the place. Just like everything else. It is all over the place.
Okay.
Sean, did you see the picture?
Yes, I saw the picture.
And your thoughts on it?
I wish it was just a fake Photoshop picture. I wish it was.
I thought the same thing the first time I looked at it.
I wish CM Punk was just a fucking fever dream coming back. I wish it was.
Al, thank you for coming in tonight. We appreciate you coming in. Al said he captioned it. Hell has frozen over.
I hope he gets booed out the building on Monday.
Well, I believe they're in Chicago on Monday as well.
No,
I think
they're
it's a
in
full
Nashville.
weekend thing.
They're
They're in Nashville.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is it. That is the picture.
That's the picture. Yeah, he
Yep.
put what he wrote, mighty cold day in hell.
So pictures do say 1,000 words,
And
1,000
he's
meanings.
generally like happy. He's like not happy. He's just like he's like happy to have him back. I feel like in that picture.
But it's almost like they have shit-eating grin on their faces. Like, ha ha, motherfuckers.
CM Punk definitely does.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we just took the biggest shot to the head to AEW. Oh, like.
But can I tell you, CM Punk looks good though. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
So
okay,
Bill and I are trying to figure out money for tickets to go. That would be awesome if you get to Monday Night Raw. That would be.
He actually looks really good. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's the other thing that I seen. People making comments like, you know, oh, you go back to 2021, his return in AEW, he was thin and now he's all bulked up. Okay, so he still does like his MMA training and stuff. Of course he's gonna bulk up. I mean, it's not like he gained weight in a bad way.
No, not at all.
You know, he bulked up. Like, so what? There's so many things and so many comments that are going to be made in the next couple days surrounding him. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see what comments come across. So Al says, if anybody wants to buy them tickets, I wouldn't say no. LOL, she got smiley faces crying. So if anybody wants to buy Al and Will tickets for Monday Night Raw on Monday in Tennessee, don't hesitate. They will take them. So, all right, guys, let's get into the thick of things. Let's get into the event itself. Okay, we kick things off with the women's war game match, where we had Becky Lynch. I can't talk today, guys. My voice is kind of hoarse. It's not hurting or anything like that. I mean, this is the aftermath of screaming at a concert all night. You know, Becky Lynch, Shotzi, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair taking on Bayley, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Asuka of Damage Control. Now, the one thing that bothered me about this is this was one of those promotional matches where we've seen the whole Ruffles thing. I was like, why are they doing this again? For the women's war game, why? That bothered me. I will say that. Just had to get that out of the way. But Dakota Kai showed up a little bit into the match and helped Bayley get Becky out of the from doing the disarmor. A couple highlights from this match. Flair, I'll say this. Charlotte Flair seemed to be a little all over the place in this match in my eyes. Or no, that wasn't even that. She did seem all over the place, but I wrote down Flairs are all over the place, meaning we got a Flair in WWE. We got a Flair in AEW. Where's the Flair going to show up next? But maybe we'll get a Flair in TNA in the next couple years. You never know. But a couple cool moments we had. We had Io Sky do the whole trash can off the top of the cage move, and a lot of cool things happened in this match. But ultimately, Becky Lynch ends up hitting the manhandle slam on Bayley through a table, getting the win for her team, and Becky, Shotzi, Bianca, and Charlotte end up winning women's war game. So first off, your guys, and Sammy, let's start with you. Your thoughts on the women's war game match?
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was really good. It showed off like Shotzi. She is a great fucking wrestler. Like she was showing off all the moves, her hype. She was on the top rope half the time, doing all those DNTs and all that. So I enjoyed it. I loved it. And at the end, you see not Bianca. You see Becky and Charlotte like hugging and everything. Like I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. For the first match, it really opened up. It made it amazing. And I said that earlier too with Sean. So I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. It was really cool to see Becky and Charlotte finally, come together. Something we haven't seen them do in a long time. I actually made a prediction for this match that I thought Kyrie, Asuka, and Io were going to turn on Bailey at one point in this match and kind of have their own group going. And then we see the four horsewomen or three parts of the four horsewomen come back together and we get somewhat of a 6-woman tag match somewhere down the road. Maybe like a WrestleMania match or something. But, that would take away Io defending her women's championship at Mania then. But that was my prediction. It didn't happen. Maybe it might happen coming up on Raw somewhere in the future. Don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, it was really cool to see Becky and Charlotte come back together. And again, maybe we'll see them working together somewhere down the future. Al said best match on the card last night. It was a great match. It was. Sean, your thoughts on this match? Women's War Game.
Dumbass finish. Stupid finish. You have the top 3 dominant women out of Japan in a faction together. You have Bailey, you have Dakota Kai, you have the strong faction, only to lose to this bullshit that we've been having this whole 10 plus years of the fucking 4 horsewomen. Like, it's so fucking overdone already. Like, you had Becky and Charlotte steal the fucking spotlight the whole time, fucking finally hugging and making up. Like, y'all could have done that at the fucking press conference, like, or some shit. Like,
they did.
It's bullshit. Like, I'm so done with this 4 horsewoman crap. I like Becky, don't get me wrong, but I'm so done with it. It should have been Damage Control's time. It should have been their time to prove that they're a dominant faction. And then the fucking the dissension where they kick out Bailey could have happened because they don't need her. They're a dominant faction without Bailey. That could have been the catalyst to be like, we don't need Bailey. But no, it's all about Becky. It's all about Charlotte. You barely got to see Bianca in the match. Shotzi was just doing whatever. Like, Shotzi's being Shotzi, being amazing. It was only used to, put the spotlight on Becky and Charlotte, and Charlotte doesn't need any more fucking spotlight. Like, for me, the match was like a 3-star match.
Sammy, what would you give this match? Rating 3 to 5 or 1 to 5?
1 to 5. I think I said 4. I think I said 4.5 for this match. I thought it was really great. It was one of the, besides the men's, because I'm biased, I thought it was the women's. It was the second greatest match.
So Al said that this turn will happen tomorrow night because Bailey took the pin. I can highly agree with it. Like I said, it was a prediction that I made. I want to see. I would like to see Kyrie, Asuka, and Io become a faction of their own. They don't need to be Damage Control. They don't need to be in that group with Damage Control. I understand Io was in Damage Control originally, but I would also like to see Dakota Kai, once she comes back, break out on her own. I would. I think it's time for Dakota to actually get her opportunity to move up. I mean, I know right now Rhea's been like the dominant, but why not get Dakota Kai and Io Sky? Why not? Get Dakota Kai to climb that mountain, maybe somewhere down the road, like a Money in the Bank, win the Money in the Bank briefcase and take advantage that way. I don't know. Even go as far as maybe winning a women's Royal Rumble. Something for Dakota Kai. I'm a fan of Dakota Kai. I'm a huge fan of Dakota Kai. I would like to see her get up that ladder and break out on her own instead of being in a group. Because like we even seen it in NXT. She was with Raquel towards the end of her stint in NXT. And then she comes into the main roster and she's in it there too. Like, we did not truly get to see Dakota Kai on her own basically as a heel. The moment she turned heel at the War Games match, 2 years ago, before getting called up, we've seen her with people all the time. This is almost like my theory and my talk about with Chris Jericho and AEW. We see Chris Jericho in groups all the time. Let's see him on his own for once. I know we've seen him on his own in WCW and WWE, but let's see him on his own in AEW. You know, but hopefully that turn does happen on Monday night, and we get the group of Io Asuka and Kairi Sane. So, I definitely give this match a 4 out of 5. I will definitely give it because this was a really, really good match. A lot of great moments in this match. A lot of exciting moments in this match. And yeah, definitely a 4 out of 5. Like we talked about, we got the backstage segment. We've seen the return of R-Truth. Just wanted to make a note of that. That's awesome. Hopefully R-Truth is sticking around. Hopefully we see more of R-Truth. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing R-Truth get one more opportunity to become a champion. Even as a tag team champion, I wouldn't care. I mean, the guy's been doing this so long. I think it would be cool to see R-Truth get that moment, even as a tag team champion. Your guys' thoughts on R-Truth's return? What do you think?
I love it.
Cool. I miss him.
Definitely.
R-Truth is one return I'm happy about.
Our next match was the Intercontinental Championship match. We had Gunther taking on The Miz, defending his Intercontinental title. Now, we know The Miz's career. The Miz has had a great career. 20 years in the business, 20 years in WWE. And Gunther has been on a now 534-day Intercontinental Championship reign. Now, I see a smile on Sean's face. I see a frown on Sammy's face. So, Sean, with that smile on your face, your thoughts on this match? You're great on this match.
Everybody, and I mean everybody I know, Sammy can vouch for this, I know was saying The Miz was winning. Everybody but Mikey P and I were saying that The Miz was winning. And you never bet against Daring General Gunther. And to the marks coming at me on Twitter saying, oh, you hate Roman's reign because it's long and blah, blah, blah. For one, I never liked Roman outside of the Shield. 2, Gunther's reign is a lot better because 1, it hasn't been 3 years. 2, the man motherfucking shows up and defends his title. And 3, I saw a statistic, right? Hulk Hogan had that 3-year historic reign, which they're trying to beat, right? Mm-hmm. This man, Hulk Hogan, you know how many times he defended his world title? Over 400 times. Roman Reigns, it was like what? 11, 12 times?
Roman has defended his title.
Well, just this year. I'm talking about in a year span, they said.
Year? Well, you think he defended it, I believe, at Rumble. He defended it at Mania. And then he didn't defend it again until SummerSlam. And then he didn't defend it again until last month. So 3, maybe 4 times this year. And that's counting house shows.
So how is your tribal chief a lot better than Gunther, huh? Like, Gunther shows up, has fucking amazing matches, puts on bangers. Miz did fucking fantastic. I'll give Miz that. I actually respect the Miz. Like, I don't hate the Miz, but against Gunther, that man was not going to win. That man is not going to win. Gunther's either going to drop the title at Royal Rumble to set him up for the Royal Rumble win and go on to WrestleMania, unless fucking CM Punk is the opportunity. And then if CM Punk is the opportunity, then he'll drop it at WrestleMania, the Intercontinental title.
Okay, Sam, before you get into this, just real quick, hold on. Sean, CM Punk is not going after the Intercontinental Championship.
No, I'm talking about the World Heavyweight title.
World title, okay, yeah. CM Punk will get a shot at the world title. Mostly going to happen at Mania. I'm sorry, I was listening, I was paying attention, but at the same time I was writing. So I do know how to do 2 things at once, but I was writing at the same time.
And that's my little rant and happiness. You know, just remember, never bet against the Ring General.
So Sammy, before you get into this real quick. Sean, here's the difference between Roman Reigns and Gunther. Gunther he's not a newcomer, but he is a newcomer. Yes, he defends the Intercontinental Championship almost every event. He's been champion for 534 days, puts on great matches. He has the working man's title that is in WWE right now, which is the Intercontinental Championship. We know the Intercontinental Championship is the next stepping stone to a world title, and that is if you show up and defend the Intercontinental Championship to the success level they expect you to defend the Intercontinental Championship to. Gunther has proven that. Here's the thing with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has worked himself up to being a special attraction just like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's special attraction. We don't need to see Roman Reigns, nor do we need to see Brock Lesnar, or didn't need to see Brock Lesnar every time because they are special attractions. Roman Reigns has worked himself up to that. Also, you got to think, Roman Reigns has health issues. It gets to the point where he cannot be there all the time. And also, they are building what is to be their most successful and longest storyline they have built in probably WWE history. And it is doing nothing but bringing numbers next to what Cody Rhodes brings in. And we are building ultimately to the fact of Cody and Roman. So they have to have Roman have the belt so that way Cody can finish his story. And now they have put it to the fact where we are getting back on track with Cody taking on Roman at WrestleMania. Why? Because we got CM Punk back, and we are probably going to get CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Gunther is going to be the Intercontinental Champion going into WrestleMania. He probably will not lose it at WrestleMania. We will probably see Gunther hold this championship for another year until next WrestleMania, WrestleMania 41, where we will probably get Gunther and CM Punk, or we will get Gunther and Seth Rollins, and then Gunther can be crowned as the world champion then. But right now, Gunther is in the spot he needs to be in. It would be too soon for him to drop the Intercontinental Championship, yet it would be too soon for him to become world champion because it would not resonate right now. Why? Because you got Seth Rollins, you got Cody Rhodes, you got Jey Uso, you got Roman Reigns, you got Jimmy Uso, you got Solo Sikoa, you got Kevin Owens, you got Sami Zayn, you got Randy Orton, you got CM Punk. Shall I go on with the men that are actually spotlighting right now where Gunther will be working?
Two rebuttals. First rebuttal, special attractions don't need world titles. Undertaker didn't need a world title when he became a special attraction.
I agree with that.
Second rebuttal,
yeah.
Bash at Berlin this next year. Bash at Berlin. Great time to have your world champion be Gunther.
No, too soon. Way too soon. As a fan, and this isn't me trying to be like a tell you. This is what I think. This isn't me trying to overstep you or anything like this. This is me being a fan in my eyes, okay? By all means, your vision is Gunther winning the world title. I disagree with you as a fan. I think it's too soon for him. I think he needs to keep the Intercontinental title and work his way up even more. 534 more days. Fuck it. Let's have him hold that championship for 1,200 days. Let's have him set a new record for somebody to have to work their way up to that because Gunther has been nothing but fucking amazing. Hell, let's see him take on Sheamus at WrestleMania. And if anybody's going to take that title off of him, it would be Sheamus, so that way Sheamus can get his Grand Slam championship. But if it is not Sheamus, then they can work their way up to finding somebody else to take that championship off Gunther. And right now, the closest person to doing so, he already beat last night.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Chad Gable.
No. I'm sorry, but I am not on the Chad Gable bandwagon. Chad Gable is Intercontinental Champion. Give me a fucking break. No.
Shush.
With that being said, Sammy, your thoughts on The Miz?
Before Sammy goes, sorry, Sammy, one more time. 4-star match.
You got it. I'm with you on that. I give it a 4-star. Now, Sammy, the floor is yours. I'm sorry. I had to go on that because I had that. I had that motor going, and I knew what I was going to get from this man. I knew what I was going to get from him, and it was loaded and ready to go. So, Sammy,
good.
Floor is yours.
Obviously, I don't like Gunther. We all know this. The Miz should have won because I want him to beat Chris Jericho's record for the IC championship. I think he needs to win it, 1 or 2 more times, I think?
2 more times.
2 more times? So
no, I think he has to win it one more to tie. but 2 more to
so-
beat it. 2 more to
yeah.
beat it. Yeah.
And I really wanted that to happen because the Miz deserves it. Miz has been there forever. He's given his whole life for WWE. He's always there. And I just don't like Gunther. And if they want to set Gunther for the championship, then have him drop it and give it to someone that deserves it. And then, obviously, within the next pay-per-view happens, let Gunther win it again or something like that. I just don't like Gunther. The match was good. There's a couple of times when I thought the Miz really was going to have it when he gave the low blow at the end. And then he did his finisher. I really thought the Miz had he was going to win, and then he kicked out, and then he did the fucking what's that move called? It's like the wall to Jericho, pretty much what he did. I forgot what it's called.
Yep, Gunther ended up getting Miz to tap out, win this match by submission. A lot of great moments in this match too. I mean, the Miz tried to pull a fast one twice. He went low twice. Hey, ref wasn't looking. Is what it is. You know, the other thing about Gunther, too, Sean, is the fact Gunther is starting to get into that record-breaking thing. Like we just mentioned, you know, if the Miz were to win, he would tie Chris Jericho's reign. But they also put out the other stats of with all the Miz's reigns as the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther is only a few days away, 50 days away from surpassing the Miz's reigns as champion altogether.
Yeah.
You got to think that leads us in past Royal Rumble, maybe past Elimination Chamber or at Elimination Chamber. I didn't get to really look at what the exact date would be, but he is getting to those record-setting and record-breaking times. He has brought the Intercontinental Championship back to relevancy. That is the one great thing that Gunther has done. Why take away that championship from him now or even in the next 6 to 8 months when they can take stars like, even though I'm not with it, Chad Gable. You can take stars like him and advance them by putting them up against Gunther.
Let me put something wild out there. If you don't like Chad Gable, you know who should take it then?
Don't say Otis. Please don't say Otis. Because I'm a fan of Otis, but not Otis.
No.
Please.
Look at my little dance. Akira Tozawa.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh.
Summer, what did I get myself into tonight? She don't give a shit. She's sleeping. Jeez. Akira Tozawa.
Hey, that man's been the most entertaining part of Raw when the fucking Alpha Academy has been on, okay?
But he would ruin the Intercontinental title. He would put the Intercontinental title back to before Gunther got it. Granted, Ricochet was a good Intercontinental champion before Gunther beat him for it. I was happy that Ricochet had it. I was. Would I like to see Ricochet do it again somewhere down the road? Yes, I would. I'm a fan of Ricochet's. But that's what Gunther is doing right now. And it's stuff that he can do, is build superstars that got to get to that next level. And there's a lot of them on that roster. Like an Austin Theory, a JD McDonough, hell, even Dominic. You know, Dominic's been North American champion. You get him to the Intercontinental title rankings. You know, if they surpass Damian Priest and have him unsuccessfully cash in his briefcase, you could put Damian Priest in that area of becoming Intercontinental champion. If they turn around and say, hey, we don't want Priest as the world champion, we don't really see it happening, you know. And obviously, us as fans, we want to see Priest win the championship. We want to see him successfully cash that briefcase in. I do at least, and I know other fans do, but I don't know about you guys.
Well, you know, it would be the greatest night ever. The greatest night ever. CM Punk was the world heavyweight title. Immediately, Damian Priest successfully cashes in and wins the world title from CM Punk. That way, I can shove it in the fucking CM Punk's fans' faces, like, oh, your boy got his world title, but then my boy Priest came in and cashed in. Fuck you, Punk fans.
No, I don't like that because
I was about to ask, Sammy, is that something you would like to see Damian Priest
No,
cashing in on
because
CM
Seth is
Punk?
going to lose the title. So no, that's not something I would not like to see. So no, Roman can lose it, but not Seth. Because if anyone's going to beat Seth, it'd be Randy, so that's okay.
I think I would be happier seeing Damian Priest cash in on a Seth Rollins than I would a CM Punk. I would, because there's more.
I'd be happy either way, but
There's more history there. Unless they build something with CM Punk in the Judgment Day, right now, and again, they could change my mind. They could build something and have me think, okay, yeah, Damian Priest cashing on CM Punk. Why not? But right now, it's Seth Rollins all the way. But now I think we're at that point of a Seth Rollins CM Punk at Mania. I think we're going to see it in Philly. I do. It's pretty much they already planted that seed last night. They did. But Damian Priest and that's the other thing that if I would have to say one bad thing about the Punk thing coming back is it is somewhat of an overshadow of Damian Priest being Money in the Bank briefcase holder. It's an overshadow because you have a star in Damian Priest. Damian Priest is a star, and he did that on his own. Because if we go back to the start of the Judgment Day, you go into that 1 year mark of the Judgment Day. And he's like the only one where that group was not helping him. And then he pretty much got that to his point got it there by himself after his match with Bad Bunny. So, like I said, if they would build something with CM Punk in the Judgment Day, then yes. But right now, I would love to see it. I would love to see it on Seth. Got a couple comments here. Shadow came in today. CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. We love it. The alpha male CM Punk is back home.
Damn.
I mean, he's made 2 returns in WWE and 2 returns in AEW. So, oh no, 1 return in AEW because he showed up in AEW 2 years ago, and then he made his return after his injury / suspension. So 1 return. He has 2 returns in WWE. He returned for that show that they had over on FS.
I just
came in for like 3 episodes and then left.
I just want to say that Jack Perry is my new favorite wrestler.
I do have a question for you guys at the end of the show. And it is I know we are doing a Survivor Series WWE pack show here tonight, but I do have an AEW question for you guys at the end of the show. And it's a pretty obvious question, but we're not going to do it now. We'll get to it at the end of the show. Because let's just put it this way. I've been asking people this question all week. And we got a comment here. Hold on. Give me CM Punk versus Randy at Mania. I'm for it.
Yeah, if Randy's going to win.
I'm for it. You said if Randy's going to win?
Yep.
The nice thing about that match, in my eyes, is it would be an unpredictable match.
Yeah, but isn't CM Punk's whole thing? Oh, I want to main event WrestleMania.
And they could main event WrestleMania. They can main event night number 1
without a title.
Yeah, we've seen.
They like to have their titles on the line when they main event WrestleMania.
Shadow asks, how can you not love Money Draw Punk bring back to WWE? This era of WWE is hotter than the Attitude Era. I'll say this. Shadow, I agree with you to an extent that it's hotter than the Attitude Era. I think because today's WWE fits with how things are. We are in the age of the social media. We see stories being built through social media. And the Attitude Era had its own aura. And they are getting back to the Attitude Era type thing. You think of it, The Attitude Era, everybody on the roster had a storyline, or almost everybody did. They're getting back to that. I mean, you can go down to as low as the first match on a card, and they have a storyline. It could be a small storyline, but it's there. It's a story. It's a little story to get you built up to the next thing. So they're getting there. I can agree with you to an extent on that, Shadow. They are definitely getting there too. They are pretty much there with the Attitude Era. I don't know if I would say it's better than the Attitude Era because I think they both have their own auras. You know what I mean? Because back in the Attitude Era, we didn't have social media. So this time around, they can build things through media. I mean, we've seen it with Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. Logan Paul said he wants to go after the United States title after his fight. Rey Mysterio answered it back while he was at a Rams game. Bam. Story built through media. Nobody hates professional wrestling more than professional wrestling fans. Nobody hates professional wrestling more than professional. I love professional wrestling. I'll say that.
I love wrestling. I hate CM Punk.
The controversial king is here.
CM Punk's not going to make me stop watching. I'm not going to say, oh, CM Punk's going to make me stop watching WWE or anything. No, I don't give a fuck. Like, cool, he's there, whatever. Fuck. I just don't like the man.
Cam, thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Cam, thank you for joining us in the chat. Controversial.
I'm not one of those fans that be like, I'm going to stop watching because he showed up. No. The fuck?
Shadow says you hate everybody. And then we got an arrow pointing up. Well, let's continue with this. Let's continue. IC title. We lost focus here, guys. We lost focus. IC title. Gunther. I think his reign needs to continue. I think he needs to start building some. Keep helping build some of these guys that are, in the back that can use being built up. If he's going to lose it, I honestly would like to see him lose it to Sheamus at Mania. If he's going to lose it anytime soon within the next year, because I would love to see Sheamus get that Grand Slam championship and finally be able to say he's a Grand Slam champion, because he's been United States champion. He's been tag team champion. He's been world champion. He just needs that Intercontinental title. And why would I not want to see, as a fan, Sheamus and Gunther one-on-one? We already got a triple threat with Drew McIntyre involved. Why not see Sheamus and Gunther one-on-one? Because we did get Drew and Gunther one-on-one back at what was it, Crown Jewel? Let's Sheamus insert himself in there now. Let's get him at maybe Mania, or maybe something as soon as Royal Rumble. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We got a little bit of 2023 left, and we're getting into 2024. Seems like things are starting to shape up for 2024. Before we move forward, some of the comments in the chat. I'm not pro-Punk, but I'm not going to dismiss his return, just like I didn't dismiss his AEW stuff. And Cam says, I almost cried when he came out. It was beautiful. Now, this is one thing. I always have to say this. Never feel ashamed or embarrassed about admitting, showing, your Sammy, help me out with that word. What's the word I'm looking for? Emotional.
Emotional. I'm an emotional bitch. So
don't be afraid.
That's hilarious that you asked, Sammy.
Don't be afraid to be emotional about something that you love, because I will say this: there have been matches and moments I've cried for. Hell, I'll even admit it. When I went to a concert last night, a song played, I cried for it. It hit me. I did. Don't be afraid to be emotional. Don't be. I just want to know what CM Punk did to Sean personally. Sean, what did CM Punk did he do to you personally?
Nothing. He's just the biggest fucking hypocrite in wrestling. That's all he is. The biggest fucking hypocrite in wrestling. You're going to talk shit about a company for 8 to 9 years straight, and then just like that, take the money, the blood money, as you called it, and go back. I'll be laughing when I see him in Saudi Arabia. I'll be laughing when I see him in a match in Saudi Arabia.
We got more comments in the chat here. We are going to move forward. We are. But we got a good conversation here going. What about Bret Hart, Bruno, or Ultimate Warrior? Same could be said for Warrior Bret. The list is long, I'm sure. Do you have the same energy for them? So do you have the same energy for Warrior Brett and Bruno?
They all talk. They didn't go to the extent of CM Punk did. Brett does still. Obviously, I don't give a shit about Bret Hart. Warrior's dead. Bruno's dead. Can't speak ill the dead.
So we got a new viewer to the table spot here. Thank you for joining us. He mentions his name. He's from California, Baja. Okay, we get through. A big fan of the Bloodline and the LWO. I'm happy that the EST and Team Cody won War Games yesterday, and Randy Orton and CM Punk are back. WWE War Games in Chicago last night. Yes, that is the stuff that we are talking about here tonight. Thank you for coming in and joining us here on the table spot on Rivet City Radio's Twitch and Off the Top Media's YouTube channel. Just a reminder for everybody, head over to Rivet City Radio's Twitch and YouTube channel, and also Off the Top Media's Twitch and YouTube channel. Hit that follow button, turn your notifications on, check out all the great content going on both networks. Also, go over to the social media pages, hit the follow button, because announcements get made for shows and a lot of other events and things going on, not only for the networks, but for all the hosts like Sean, Sammy, myself, Shadow, Scowls, the Will Gray, and everybody else who is on the network. Cam has an awesome thing that he does on his TikTok called Cam's Corner. I love the videos he puts up for Cam's Corner. Amazing. So make sure to head over there and check out everybody's social media as well. Hit that follow button. Check everything out. Cam says he thinks you're taking things too personally, Sean. I'm sorry, Sammy. What was that?
You had to put up what Shadow just wrote.
Everybody's a fan of Thunder Rosa. So who cares? Is it supposed to sway my opinion?
So our new viewer says he's also a big fan of El Hijo Vikingo.
Vikingo is a great wrestler out of Mexico.
Shadow says, Sean, Punk's a huge fan of Thunder Rosa. This is a really good conversation. It is an amazing conversation, guys. We appreciate you guys coming into the chat tonight. This is amazing. It is. I tried to do a story about Noe family. That is awesome. And I just think it's comical. Okay, yeah, it is. We're having a great time here tonight. It is. And guys, we're already through the first hour of the table spot. We got one more hour to go. We got 2 more matches to go through. Oh, jeez. Whew. Let's move forward. Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley defended her championship against Zoe Stark. Now, this is somewhat of an obvious. Kind of knew who's going to win this match. Any Rhea Ripley match nowadays, we kind of have the feeling we know who's going to win this match, but still entertaining. You cannot take that away from Rhea Ripley, that her matches are entertaining. Rhea Ripley ended up winning this match, retaining the Women's World Championship. Now, back at Crown Jewel, she faced 4 other women in a fatal 5-way match. The comments from a lot of people were, she's taking on all her competitors at once. Who is she going to face next? But the thing is she can take these women on one-on-one now. She faced all 4 of them. Now she faced Zoe Stark. Who could be next? But before we get to the who could be next part, guys, your thoughts on this match and your grade? Sammy, let's go with you first.
That was fantastic. I thought Zoe actually she showed up. I knew Mommy was gonna win because it's not her time to, because if Judgment Day was gonna lose the War Games, she had to win her match because they wouldn't want them both losing in the same night. I feel like so. But Zoe, if she has a little bit more time in being called up from not AEW, oh my god, from NXT, give her another good year, and I feel like she'll be champion soon because she really impressed me, and she gave Mommy a run for her money. And I gave that match, I think I said at 3.5.
All righty. Awesome. Sean, your thoughts on the Women's World Championship match?
To be honest, I thought it was boring. I thought it was boring, to be honest. I didn't pay attention to most of the match. And to answer your question about who's next, no pun intended. But I don't know. Who's left is the question. Who's fucking left? Riz
Shayna.
run through the whole fucking division. I'm sorry, Sammy. I know he's in Shayna, but Shayna's done, over with, washed,
I don't think
boring.
Like I said, she had that match at Crown Jewel. She faced the other 4 women. Now she's going to the part where she's taking them all on one-on-one, and Zoe Starks was her first opponent. She still has Shayna. She still has Nia. She still has Raquel. And she still has
She's beaten them all, though.
But she could still face them again. That's the thing. She could still face them again.
I mean, might as well call up someone like Roxanne or Cora Jade or something like that. Someone fresh from NXT. Someone, I don't know, have Lyra Valkyria drop the title, bring her up. Someone like.
We have had Shayna and Rhea gone one-on-one.
Rhea and Shayna took each other on one-on-one in NXT for the NXT Championship. Rhea Ripley actually won the NXT title a couple weeks before the pandemic, and that led her into going to WrestleMania to take on Charlotte, and she lost the NXT title to Charlotte at Pandemic Mania 36. So yes,
I did. When did I say I didn't like Rhea? I don't care for Rhea, but I didn't say it. Nowhere said didn't like Rhea. Anywhere. I said, who's left? Who's left for Rhea? She's beaten everybody.
But the thing is she's now going into that rotation where she can face these women one-on-one. Even though she's faced them before and beaten them before, they're kind of just doing the whole rotation thing right now until we get to Rumble. Now, you got to think we're 9 weeks away from Rumble. So she defends her championship at least twice before we get to the Rumble. She can take on Nia Jax on a Monday Night Raw. She can take on Raquel, unless Raquel, she's not injured.
No, right? Raquel's that's irrelevant.
But that's what I mean. She can take on Raquel and face her for the championship on a Raw before, Royal Rumble. And then she can face, somebody at Rumble and maybe lead to one of those women winning the Rumble to take on Rhea. And it seems like if they would get Shayna back to the point she was at when she took on Becky, we can get Rhea.
Well, that's where they're leading to is Becky ultimately. But in between that time, maybe throw some fresh faces in there. You got what's her name, Candice LeRae. You got Indy Hartwell. You can break up fucking Viper and Chelsea. Have Chelsea or Piper go. You have these women that are in the tag team division that are getting tag team spots, but can also pull against Rhea. You got fucking Ivy Nile. You got Maxine Dupree. That's been impressive lately. You got these fresh faces, and then you're keeping Rhea's pool that small, where she's beaten everybody in that pool of people, just like on SmackDown with the women's division, the same faces in that pool of the women's or women's WWE Championship, whatever the fuck. So I'm just saying that there's a wide variety other than those same women in the women's division.
And there is.
And there's still NXT that you can call up and have it even more fresh.
There are many women, but I think what they're trying to do too is, even though Rhea has beaten these women time and time again, they're probably not trying to have Rhea run through everybody like she did with them, because if she runs through everybody, then it's not going to be believable of her facing new people. You know what I mean? So have her face the same people over and over again, for even though we've seen it, and then build up to the point where she faces somebody new, and that somebody new that comes along can show that they have an opportunity, they have a chance of winning. If they have her face new people all the time with this championship reign, because we don't know how long her championship reign is going to be. She's been champion since WrestleMania. So she's going on to the 1 year mark. So you don't want to have her go in and beat the new women, only to make them feel like, she already beat this one, so you know what, she's gonna win this one again, and then face somebody new. She beat this one too. She's gonna beat him again. You know what I mean? So they're doing it seems like they're doing the rotation thing of her facing the same women now until they get to that point of bringing new people into the fold. And I think, and I honestly, I agree with Sammy. Sammy, you said it's a build up to her and Shayna Baszler. I agree with that. I would like to see Shayna Baszler. If Shayna Baszler doesn't win Royal Rumble, which right now I wouldn't believe it would happen. If they can build her to make it believable, then awesome. Shayna can win the Rumble, take on Rhea at WrestleMania. Because I think if they get Shayna back to where she was when she took on Becky, as I dropped my pen, and when she took on Becky, if they can get her back to that badass like level,
they need to fix the fumble that they did with Shayna when she beat Ronda Rousey, took Ronda out of the company, and did jack shit with her afterwards.
That's what I mean is if they can build her up again to get her to that level and keep it going, because yes, they lost the momentum after she beat Ronda. They got to keep the momentum going. They do. And if they can do that, then even if Shayna doesn't win the Rumble, like
they're too focused on Rhea not defending the world title and just being a Judgment Day's leader, making them her bitches and shit. Then,
and I agree with Cam's comment. Shayna doesn't need to win the Rumble. No, she don't need to win the Rumble. She can win Elimination Chamber and go on to face Rhea, because we got to remember we also have EOS Championship. And this is the thing with Rhea right now is she's champion, and it's almost doing like it did for Bianca, like Bianca's. Sammy, I want to get your thought on this because we've talked about this time and time again. Real quick, your thoughts on how Bianca's reign was?
It was boring, I would have to say. It wasn't the great. It was good. Like she's a very athletic woman in WWE. She's strong. She's great. But she didn't make it like like how Rhea does with her title. Like I feel like I was more interested in who was it? It was Charlotte. I was more into Charlotte. Not who was the friggin' champion besides Rhea? Who did Rhea steal it from? Charlotte?
Rhea beat Charlotte for it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Charlotte, I love Charlotte's reign. I'm a big fan of Charlotte. I love Charlotte. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, she's only in WWE because of her dad. No, she earned that. I feel like she wrestles her ass off. She's great. So I don't know. Bianca and her, it was stale after a while.
Okay. So how do you feel about Io's reign?
It's boring. She needs to lose it.
And that's the point. Is Rhea Ripley right now has not only overshadowed Bianca Belair's reign, but she's overshadowing Io's reign.
Absolutely.
It's making us forget about not only when Bianca was champion, but it's making us forget about Io being champion.
Yeah, and Io's defended it more than Rhea has.
Exactly.
And it sucks because Io's actually defending her title. Yes, Rhea just defended it the other night, but okay, when's the last time? Saudi. Did she even defend it at SummerSlam? I don't remember. Yeah, she defended it at SummerSlam. No, Rhea.
Rhea, I believe, did defend her title at SummerSlam. Yes, but that's the thing that I'm trying to get to is Rhea has overshadowed not one but two champions.
Mm-hmm. The thing with Rhea is it's like her world title doesn't even matter because everything's overshadowed by what she's doing in the Judgment Day. You don't even remember, like, the only way you know Rhea's a champion is one, when she defends it, the time she does defend it, and two is when she's wearing it around her waist. The other thing's being overshadowed, that championship is being overshadowed by everything she's doing with the Judgment Day. Because we're too invested in Damian Priest's story. We're invested in him being tag team titles with Ben Balor and their eventual breakup.
I forget that the tag team champions, to be honest. When I think of Judgment Day, I think of Rhea, her champ, and then I think of how much I don't like Dom Dom.
That's another thing. Dom's a big distraction to her reign as well because everybody hates the fuck out of Dom Dom. It's all Dom Dom and Mommy, and they don't talk about Dom Dom and the world champion Mommy. They just say, you know what I mean? Like everything's being overshadowed by Judgment Day business. If she broke away from Judgment Day, maybe like the reign will get less. I don't know.
I still think if she broke away and was on her own, I still think she would overshadow, and we would not even think about Io's championship because Rhea is too big of a star right now, and it's only the beneficial plus of the fact that she's a champion. So of course, all eyes are going to be on Rhea Ripley. They're gonna, and I love Rhea Ripley. I can't say a bad thing about her. I love it. I love her being champion. I do. Does it suck that it's overshadowing the other championship? Yes, it does. It does. But at the same time, you guys know my viewpoint. I don't feel like we need 2 championships. I don't feel like we need 2 world championships. I don't feel like we need 2 tag team titles. I don't feel like we need 2. 1 world championship, 1 women's championship, 1 set of tag team titles, and that's that. That's my feeling. But I can't have any. I don't have any control. I don't have any control in anything there. So I go with the flow as a fan.
Please let her fucking beat his ass.
I go with the flow as a fan, and I enjoy what I see on my screen. But back to it. Get Shayna back up to that badass that she was back against Becky. Get her back to that badass that she was when she took out Ronda Rousey. Keep the momentum going. If you don't have her win the Rumble, have her win Elimination Chamber. Hell, have her do what she did at Chamber 2020. And I was there for that. I was in Philly at that event. She took out everybody one by one. Have her do that again. And go on to take on Rhea at WrestleMania. And if they keep the momentum going with her being a badass, I guarantee we would get a badass Rhea Ripley Shayna Baszler match. And it would get us to the point where it would not be predictable. Get us to that point where it would not be predictable.
You wouldn't have someone like Gunther lose to Rhea Ripley. That's ridiculous. Maybe a Chad Gable or a fucking Ricochet, but what is that static?
Yeah, I'm hearing some type of buzzing coming through.
That's gone now.
Okay, now. We're good. So, but yeah, that's my thought. But again, I think Rhea's just kind of making those rounds again. They bring new people in. Yeah. Don't want to have her taking out the new people right away. Plus, again, with the Judgment Day thing, I would love to see her break away from the Judgment Day, let alone fucking Dom. Break away from Dom. Get away from him. Guys, I wish I could bring up a picture of it. Somebody got a tattoo of Rhea Ripley with her Women's World Championship. And Dominic's in the tattoo. And I'm like, why the fuck would you put Dom in there? Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Right?
I looked at that and I was like, oh man. So we had another match. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Santos Escobar was to take on Carlito, but Carlito ended up getting injured on SmackDown, which put Dragon Lee into this match. So we got Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee. Now I'll say this: this match really didn't interest me because of the fact I wanted to see Carlito. It was his first match back in over 10 years, even more. And yeah, we kind of got shorthanded on that, and we got Dragon Lee instead. So, guys, your thoughts on this match?
I can't really say anything because that was when that match started. That's when I left to go back home. So I didn't get to, it was like done within like what, I think 5-10 minutes because that's how long it took me to get home. So I can't really rate this match because I still haven't even watched it. I didn't even know who won until like this morning when I like was looking through TikTok and Instagram. So I just didn't watch it, but I didn't think I would care for it either. I should have been on like a SmackDown or Raw. Shouldn't have been on SummerSlam. SummerSlam, oh my God, Survivor Series.
I was gonna say, don't tease me. Just because you guys got warm weather where you're at, don't freaking tease me that summer's here. Don't do that. I'm sitting here in 25-degree weather, and you guys freaking 70 degrees and shit.
70. Well, for her, maybe. Here, it's
Don't brag. Don't. You say 80, I swear. I'll walk away.
Hang on. It's updating. 46 degrees.
Oh, boo freaking who?
Yeah, no, it should have been on a Raw or SmackDown, that match. It never should have been on pay-per-view at all.
Well, I mean, they had to keep Santos on the card, and if Carlito is legitimately hurt,
he was hurt though before SmackDown was on, but people like were spilling it, and then all of a sudden, then that's when what happens when Santos attacks him from behind, and you see the knee going into him, and then he's hurt. But why did we hear it beforehand? So I don't know what happened, but I don't really.
I'll say this for I believe it was like a 7-minute match. It was a pretty quick match. It wasn't long.
Oh wow.
I mean, I definitely give this like a 2.5. It wasn't exciting. I mean, for two guys that can do so much in the ring, and I'm talking about so much as far as, they can fly around and do things, give you that, high spot fest type of match. It really didn't do too much. It was an okay, 2.5. I definitely want to see Carlito and
I just want to know what the fuck was the point of bringing Carlito back to WWE if he's not gonna fucking wrestle. What's the fuck the point? Is it just be curtain jerking the LWO? He's had what? He's been in matches with the LWO for like 2 minutes, done nothing, and then gets the win. This was his big return match against Santos. We all knew Santos was going to win either way. But then
you don't know that.
We do this injury angle or whatever. Or if it's, I'm sorry if it is a legit injury, then I'm sorry. Like I fully apologize. But this injury angle, it's stupid. Dragon Lee is impressive, but that match was just terrible. So I'm sorry. Like Zoe Stark match, I forgot to give a star to. That was like a 2-star. This is like a 2-star for me as well.
I mean, I get it that they kind of had to get to the point of getting Santos a win on a PLE to kind of up his stock a little bit to get him to face Rey Mysterio, because we're obviously going to get Santos and Rey somewhere down the road. It's going to happen. So this was kind of like, okay, we're getting Santos from A to B. Have him have this match. It doesn't need to be long.
I really thought Humberto and Angel might have like came and joined Santos, but maybe down the road we'll get that.
I mean, I could see it. I mean, because when Santos was in NXT, he had his own little faction, in a faction on the main roster. Now, I mean, if things don't pan out for him being on his own, then it's probably better to put him into the faction. But I think this is a test to have him on his own. I think that's what this is, a test to have him on his own, see how he does. I mean, he did get a good crowd reaction last night. I'll say that. He did get good crowd reaction. But I think this is the ultimate thing to see how he does on his own.
Cam, what do you give it, Cam, in the comments and Scouse? Since you guys saying they're drinking the haterade, you guys give that match higher than a 2?
Y'all really thought that match was more than a 2?
I haven't seen it, so I can't rate it. I don't know. But I just want to know, what do you guys rate it, since you guys are talking a little smack over here there? What do you guys give it, a 2.5?
I mean, if it's given a 2.5, then that's in the.
I know. I know. That's getting to that point.
So they would have to be in at a 3.
Yeah.
And by all means, I'm not saying I hated the match.
Yeah. It just
I'm not
wasn't.
saying it was a great match. It was good for what they did.
Yeah, especially they said it was only 7 minutes, like that, like especially on a pay-per-view.
First off, I didn't say the match was trash. I said that it was good. It wasn't great.
I
And
said it was bad, but I didn't say it was trash.
and it's understandable that they had to get Santos from A to B by doing this match. So, because believe me, if I think a match is trash, I'm going to say it's trash. I'm just saying. I think that Lee got hurt right at the beginning of the match, and they had to cut it short. But that's the thing. Is even if they cut it short, they still got to the point they needed to get to. And that was Santos getting a win at a pay-per-view, let alone one of the big four. That's huge. So they got to that point. Because we all know the ultimate point is to get him to Ray. So if Carlito is say Carlito's injury isn't as bad and he gets cleared in 2 weeks, well, then maybe we get Carlito and Santos at Rumble. Maybe they both get into the Rumble and we see a little thing go on inside the Rumble match between those two. Because me personally, I feel like we're going to get Santos and Ray at WrestleMania. And I don't think it would be stupid to put that match on WrestleMania because you have a Hall of Famer taking on this. I mean, you really can't call Santos an up-and-comer, but he's a younger talent. So this would be that would be a nice highlighted match for Santos. But they're getting to that point. Santos' match was a 2.5. Rhea's match, 3.7.5. 3.7 out of 5 easily. That was a good match. So a 2.
Yeah, so you're drinking the
Same
Haterade
realm.
too, Cam.
Same realm. So
where did you see that Lee got hurt? Because I'm looking right now online. I don't see anything saying that Dragon Lee got hurt.
There's a possibility he got hurt at the beginning of the match.
Okay, because I'm trying to look at it and I don't see anything.
But it's
I hope he's
time.
okay, because I like Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee is great. I saw him on NXT. I think it was last Tuesday he was in a match, maybe.
So you got a question. How is it hating, Sammy?
Huh? I'm not saying you said that they're drinking the Haterade and you're like, yeah, you're laughing your ass off over here. You think it's funny. Well, that's what I'm trying to say, Cam.
All right.
I just said it was in the same realm as all of our grades. It was in the 2s. So
it's easy messing with Cam. I love it.
Now, Mike, it's time. It's the big moment. It's time. It's the men's War Games match. And we're going to start off with the woman whose man had returned. Sammy, the floor is yours. This is your moment. This has always been your moment.
Oh, before we get there, couple highlighted moments in this match. We had first off, the match started out with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Awesome. A lot of highlights in this match. A lot of amazing moments in this match. Awesome moments. And it led up. It led up to a big, big moment.
What I loved is throughout the whole match, Seth and Cody were bickering at each other. Seth was going through the match. He's like, is he coming? Is he coming? You said he's coming. I trusted you. He's coming. And then I'm going to let Sammy take the floor for Randy's return.
I don't want to cry. Oh.
It's okay, Sammy.
I know. I'm just happy. I knew I was going to start crying when you guys talked about that too. I had a tissue ready and everything. No, I'm just happy. He looks good. He looks healthy. Like he looks fantastic at his age right now, and him having the surgery and being out for a year and a half. So I'm just happy he's finally back and he's better than ever. I'm just really happy.
Like, I don't know. I'm gonna keep crying. I gotta stop.
So what popped me was Rhea came out for the cash in, and I was like, "Oh shit, is Damien gonna cash in? That'd be fucking sick." And then you hear, "I hear voices in my head." And then Randy comes out looking all happy to be there. He's his face is in the camera, smiling. He's like, "I'm back." Like he's looking jacked than ever. I know we're kind of like going up the rails with this men's Money in the Bank match, but can we talk about that sick ass RKO to JD McDonough, where Sammy and Cody, right, or Sammy and Seth were on the cage, and they threw JD McDonough to Randy Orton to hit that fucking RKO at the end of the match, and I think that topped the Seth Rollins WrestleMania match where he reversed it into the RKO. I think that was the top RKO. Like that was sick as fuck to me. And I'm biased. I was at that WrestleMania 31 when that RKO happened, but I don't know, man. One part we do need to talk about too is when Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre's time were to come out. Damian Priest stopped Drew, said, "Trust me." I can't. You know what I'm talking about, Mike, right? So
a lot of the moments we got into this match, yes, the mega RKO to JD McDonough being thrown off the top of the cage. Awesome moments, especially between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. I will say this: you had that legacy feel at it for a moment there. The high-fiving in the ring, and the really awesome part too was the respect from Randy Orton. It was almost like, I wouldn't call it a passing of the torch moment, but it was almost like, you know what, kid, you take this one. Hitting that crossroads, getting the win for his team. It was an awesome moment. Awesome moment. We didn't have to see Randy win the match for them. Did not need to see it. It was awesome that he came back. A lot of amazing moments from Randy in this match.
And Randy didn't have to do a lot either to make an impact. He protected himself with, just coming off of his injury, and he didn't have to do much.
A double fusion back surgery for somebody that has had a back surgery already. I will say this. He took the time to get himself healthy, which is a very key thing when it comes to a back surgery. Because believe me, I didn't take the time that I needed to recover from mine. Hence the fact now I'm dealing with what I deal with. He looked very, very good, very, very healthy, very, very stocked up. Love, and I will say this, the man looks fucking good. Like,
he is better now than before.
Amazing looking man. Great shape. I will say that. Took the time that he needed, and it's great to have him back. Great to have him back, and I'm excited to see what we get moving forward from him.
Oh, me too. I
can't wait to see him interact with Jay on Monday. Just see if he fucks with Jay, and it's just to the point where, like, yeah, Randy forgives him, but he fucks with him first to scare him a little bit. That.
I think he did that a little bit on the match too. But then when Jay saved him and did the kick, I forgot who he kicked. Who was it, Finn or Damien? When he was about to come after Randy, when Randy was taunting him.
I think he kicked Finn.
Yeah. I forgot who it was though. If it was,
I think it would be like a moment between what Randy had with Riddle at first, where he fucked with Riddle and then gotcha, and then Jay would just, not be as fucking nervous.
There's gonna be a brand new Randy though. It's gonna be something we haven't really seen before.
I'll say this. I think if anything was going to happen between Randy and Jay, it was going to happen last night. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get anything moving forward from it. I don't think it's going to do anything, because if you think of it, they try and start something between Jay and Randy, then they better make it fucking good. Because I don't see anything I honestly don't see them building anything big between Randy and Jay unless they make the decision to put together the bloodline in full force again.
Yeah.
And that could be the entry to it. Or B, we get a heel turn from Randy. That'd be the only way I see it working. Other than that, it's you're okay, kid. We're good. Let's shake hands. Let's move forward. Hey, Randy can even just RKO the hell out of him one time to be even, and then they're square. But the only way I think it works is if Jay's back in the bloodline. I still have a feeling Jay is like that mole. I think he's just hanging out with Cody just to kind of get the inside for Roman. I think Jay is still part of the bloodline. I don't think we're getting Jay and Jimmy, even though we got the teaser of Jay and Jimmy for WrestleMania. But I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, then hey, cool. But that's how I feel about it. But I think I don't see anything big coming from it. I don't. And I think they'd be wasting their time. You got this great momentum moment with bringing him back. Do not lose that momentum by doing a little stupid bullshit storyline about something that happened, with the injury 2 years ago. Don't do that. Don't backtrack. Because if you're going to play it off of Jay not being part of the bloodline, then play it off.
I mean, they teased it through the whole show though about Jay was bringing it up. He's like, me and my brother injured him. I don't know, Oos. Well, you think it's my fault he didn't show up, or he was saying shit like that last night.
Well, yeah,
not last night. Yeah, last night. Yeah,
because he was feeling guilty. He felt guilty of the fact. I mean, you go back to Monday Night Raw when the announcement happened, when Cody was amped up saying, we got a Viper, we got an Apex Predator, we got this, that, we got everything. You seen Jay's face.
You should just talk about our girl Sammy going viral for her reaction.
But you seen Jay shitting his pants in the ring. That was it. Yeah. I think I seen some drops on the ring apron when he was trying to walk out. You seen it. He felt guilty. So his moments of it's my fault, all this stuff, all those, it's understandable. It fits. It does. But I do not think, I think they'd be wasting their time if they tried to focus on that. I think they would. But we got a comment. Randy punt kicking Jay's head off, please. I need a heel Randy. I can agree with it. I would love to see a heel Randy. It's been a long time since we got a heel Randy. Last time we got a heel Randy was his feud with Drew for the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
Sammy, question for you.
Yes.
And I know you love Randy Orton. So I know the obvious question. I know the obvious answer because you love Randy. But if you had to choose ultimately, if you had to pick one version, and this version would have to be around, maybe not for the remainder of his career, but for maybe the next 2 or 3 years. Do you prefer a heel or do you prefer a babyface?
I prefer, Sean knows this, I can never be mean or be a heel, but I like him heel though. I feel like he's a beast on heel, but with his back surgery, I'm thinking more nice, but I like heel, Randy, because he's still loved no matter what he is, heel or babyface. He's still loved, so I would have to say heel.
I'm gonna say, give me that 2009 Menace Randy Orton, but make him like a tweener. Make him like an anti-hero. Make him like not a heel, but not a face, like a mercenary, kind of like Stone Cold back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That way you get the best of both worlds from Randy Orton. You get this menace motherfucker beast Randy Orton, but then you get say like, oh, Cody needs help, I'll go help Cody, no problem. And you also get like a little bit of jokester Randy too, like him having fun in RK Bro. A little bit of mix of everything will be like the perfect blend of Randy Orton. You know what I mean? He's at that career where the point of his career where he could do that.
We got a comment with however Jay is right now, him turning on him, Randy would be a top heel in Raw. I mean, again, I think just doing one single thing to Jay and then moving forward from it would be a waste in my eyes. I mean, him getting back at Jay for the injury thing, yes. But if they're going to build a story around it, it can't be long. Like, it can't be dragged out. But again, in my fan eyes, I think if they're going to do anything, it has to be Jay being that mole, or else we get a heel Randy Orton. And I would love to see a heel Randy. Like I said, I would love to see heel Randy Orton. Sean just said it, 2009 heel Randy Orton. That sinister, sadistic Randy Orton, like he was against Triple H.
Like, punk kick your wife type fucking Randy Orton.
Make him a shit brick house. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to destroy Jay for trying to end my career type heel. Yes. 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 Where's Bryan Danielson when you need him? No. Get it? Yeah. I tried. I'm not that funny. I know.
You've got the crickets going in the background. They're cheering you on.
I get it. I get it. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's all good.
But my rating for that men's war game match was actually 5 stars. It was good.
Okay, Sammy.
Mine was a 5 out of 5 because of Randy coming back. I'm biased with that, I have to say.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Cam. Thank you. Thank you. Got one. That's all I need. That's all I need. Got one.
Everybody gets one, Mike.
Guys, I give this a 4.5. There were some things in the match that I felt were just kind of moving through the motions. There was a few points in the match that I feel like they missed opportunity on making them great moments. I mean, they did get to the great moments with Randy's RKO, Cody getting the win for his team. I have to give this a 4.5. Cam's giving this a 4.2. It was fun. Yeah, it was a fun match. It was. It was a great match. It was. I'm not saying it wasn't great, but they definitely got to where they needed to go with it. And that was getting Randy in the match, getting to the great moments of the match. But before the Randy return, it was the going through the motions to get to that point. And that's what took that half a point away for me. But still entertaining. And I've said it to a couple people literally moments after the event, before we got the, before we got that, I said it to a bunch of people. I said, this has to be probably one of the best Survivor Series in years.
Yes.
And I mean, all around. I'm not just talking because of the returns we got. I'm just saying, like, just the entertainment value of it alone. They knew when to end matches. Take away the War Games matches, because we knew the War Games matches were going to be 45 to 50 minutes long. We knew that. That was going to take up most of the show. You take the Gunther match. You take the Santos match. You take the Rhea match. You put those matches alone on a show, and it was entertaining. It did what it needed to do, and a little of then some. You go back and watch other Survivor Series. Like, I'm on this kick of going back and watching old events right now, just to kind of, refresh my memory on some history, stuff that I may have forgotten about, because, I'm getting old. Short-term memory kind of sucks, So I have to remind myself on some things. You can laugh at me. It's all good.
I'm getting there, so don't worry. I'm getting there too.
He'll be 38. 38 soon. Not soon enough, but soon. 6 months, 7 months down the road. Be 38. Getting old. So the memory sucks. Be ready for it, guys. I'm telling you. It does. I agree with this. Randy did carry. Randy did carry the end of that match. Definitely did. As soon as they went to a wide angle shot, I thought, okay, no CM Punk. Then I heard the static and flipped out. I want to ask this. I know Sean's answer on this, but I'm going to ask him anyways. Sean, what was your initial reaction to CM Punk?
Sammy
if you had to recreate your reaction right here on camera.
Oh, I fucked with him.
What was your reaction?
Sammy knows this because we were all live together on TikTok. I went silent for like, what was it, 5 minutes? Because this was my whole face I was off camera, but my whole face was like that, and then I yelled out, "What the fuck?" Like I was in disbelief and shock. I'm like, "What the fuck? It actually happened?" Like,
well, I was ahead of them a little bit sometimes. Like who we were watching with, I was ahead of them. So, and I knew Sean kept saying, "Oh, if Grayson Waller walks out with CM Punk's theme song and like if messes with the crowd, I'll be a Grayson Waller fan." So, and I knew I was ahead of everybody. So, like when I heard, I'm like, CM Punk is here? What? Before he even came out, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's Grayson Waller. And then they're all like, what? And then I saw CM Punk come out. I'm like, oh shit! In my face, I'm like, it's actually CM Punk. Because I heard the rumors, but I did not think it was true. But I was wrong.
So I have my reaction. I do. Okay. Now it's on video. It is because my buddy Joey wanted to see my reaction. Like he wanted to see, he said to me, he was like, I want you to go on camera, start your recording right after the men's war game match. And I'm like, why? Like, why? He's like, I just want your instant reaction on the event and everything like that. I'm like, okay, I'll give you my reaction. And that's where I got into the whole, like, you know, here's some soundbite for you guys. Okay.
Oh boy.
It was a good event. Not bad. This is actually probably one of the better Survivor Series in a while. Definitely. Shut up.
Okay, hold on, because this is Facebook video.
Don't tell me he's here. Shut the fuck up.
I'm pretty much me.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Aww.
There's one more.
I have some thoughts on this.
Wait for it.
And I'm going to talk about them tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the table spot.
Goddamn right!
I love that.
That's called promoting. Come watch the show. I ain't giving you my reaction right now. Come watch us. Right here on Rivet City Radio's Twitch and Off the Top Media's YouTube channel.
Oh, I love that.
That's promoting. I got to force them to come watch the show. I'm not going to give them my reaction. Screw that shit. Sorry for yelling, guys. Got a little upset.
You are great.
That is right. Way calmer than mine. I was yelling at my screen. See, here's the thing. Is all the rumors and the speculations and all that, I will say this, dumbed that down for me. It dumbed it down for me. Like, if I wouldn't have heard people like, oh, CM Punk's coming, it's in Chicago, all this, like, we didn't get that, then my reaction probably would have been like, oh, shit.
If people didn't post pictures with CM Punk, like, oh, I met him right here at the Starbucks across the street from the All-State Arena.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't.
What's wrong with social media nowadays? It ruins everything.
Here's the thing: is I didn't see that stuff because, again, I left my house at 4:30 or 4:15. I got to the venue that I was going to for the concert was about an hour and 40 minutes away. Got there at about 6 o'clock because we stopped for food and then we had to get gas and then we went. Okay, so a couple minutes extra longer. And then as soon as I was in line to get into the venue, I turned off all my notifications.
Smart.
Okay. Because I was like, hey, you guys might want to talk about it in the chat. Discord's going to be going off. Like, and I don't want to be the one to be like, hey, guys, don't talk about this because I'm at a concert. I don't want to know what happened. But I'm not taking that away from you guys. No. That'd be fucking selfish of me. And I'm not a fucking selfish person. You guys want to talk about it. I give you guys the opportunity to talk about it. All I have to do is hit notifications off. That's it.
So this is what they should have done. Like, I get it, Chicago, right? His hometown. Oh, bye, Sammy. Chicago. Yeah, sure. It's his hometown. But they could have done 2012 Brock Lesnar style.
Yes.
Okay, listen. They're in Nashville tonight, right?
Yeah.
You end Chicago, you end Survivor Series, no CM Punk. Right? No CM Punk. Oh, see, he didn't show up. I told you so. He didn't show up. And then the CM Punk lovers, oh, man, that sucks. He didn't show up. What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. Come Monday Night Raw, open the show with the static. Look in
Sorry,
my
it kicks me
eyes.
out for some reason.
And,
you just wanted to leave early. It's okay.
And that's what happens. You get that 2012 Brock Lesnar pop.
Yeah.
CM Punk comes back to the company on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
He could have. Okay, no, actually, you start off with Cody or Randy or whatever, the War Games team, celebrating their win right off the bat from winning right off the bat, the start of Raw. Then you get the CM Punk music.
Yeah.
Then you get that surprise pop because you expected him in Chicago. You expected him sometime during Survivor Series, and you didn't get it. The Raw after, though,
yeah,
boom. Like
the only difference between the Brock return in 2012, though, like that happened after WrestleMania. Like we really didn't expect Brock to return at WrestleMania because the whole focus was around Rock and Cena. So it would have taken away I mean, if Cena would have won the match against Rock at Mania, and then Brock returned, then it would have been, an awesome return. But
they prostituted the hell out of Chicago returns, though. It's too many times. And you could thank Tony Khan for that. But have him outside of Chicago, somewhere else, as a big, huge surprise pop, because you think, oh, well, it's not Chicago now. He's not coming back. Boom.
I think the thing is, too, is you got to think of it. They're trying to sell on and this goes into like the logistics of shit, and I don't mind going into this, but at the same time, I kind of get a little sick of it because and this goes back to the whole oh, AEW, the arenas aren't full. Whoopty shit. There's still people there watching the show. Oh, the buy rates on pay-per-view weren't that good. Whoopty shit. People still fucking watched. But this goes into the logistics of stuff. They wanted people to watch Survivor Series. They wanted to get the people that thought Survivor Series wasn't going to be good and keep them guessing. We're in Chicago. Punk's a free agent. The rumors are out there. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go to TNA? Is he going to go back to MMA? Is he going to go to WWE? What is he going to do? They focused that so well. Now they had people watching. They probably got a lot more subscriptions on Peacock for it. And they sold the place out. They had to open up more freaking seats. They opened up another, I think, 2,000 seats in that place and still sold out. That was their thing. Guaranteed. I mean, I don't know if it was actually the point, but it seems like that was the point. And hey, bravo, you did your fucking job. You did what you were set out to do. Now it's you got to have him, you got to get him rolling, because the difference between Brock and CM Punk is Brock actually came in and worked and didn't cause problems, and if there were problems, they got solved. Brock didn't go home and take his ball with him.
Right.
Where Punk does. Sadly enough, he does.
That's why Brock Lesnar's better.
And like I said at the beginning, oh God, like I said at the beginning of the show, any bridges that CM Punk burned, hopefully he mended those bridges and we get the best out of him, because he went into a new company and burned bridges.
It's quite historic, if you ask me.
Hopefully he doesn't ruin his new return. Hopefully he doesn't.
He will.
Fans care more about ratings, buy rates, ticket sales, and then the actual wrestling. I agree with that. That's why I said I'm kind of sick and tired of it. Cam, I was talking to Sean about this off screen before the show. I'm going to AEW's World's End in New York on December 30th. Tickets are cheap as shit. But I'll say this. I don't care if I'm in a crowd with 2,000 people. You better believe I'm going to enjoy myself. And I'm not going to be one of those people putting out pictures. Oh, look at the arena. No. Fuck that. I'm going to support AEW and be like, look what's going on in the ring.
And you're going to have a lady friend with you.
What?
So, and you're going to have your lady friend with you. Ooh.
Lady friend? Ooh.
God.
Sorry.
I like the mohawk, by the way. It's getting there. Like how you're
Thank you.
I meant to tell you.
Nobody today noticed.
I meant to tell you in the beginning of the podcast, but I like that you're regrowing it. It looks good.
Thank you. Made this decision 2 nights ago. Had long enough hair for it. And by the way, yes, my friend Hannah goes to concerts with me.
Oh, wait, I think you said that before. Yeah.
We've been going to concerts together for about a year and a half now. And I found out the other night that she watches wrestling. And I did not know this. This is something that she kept from me. So we had a little discussion about it. She is going to Dynamite on January 3rd when it's in Newark, New Jersey. And I mentioned to her that, hey, AEW's pay-per-view on December 30th is going to be in New York. It's going to be 2 hours away from here. Do you want to go? And she said yes. So we are going to go to AEW World's End.
So, Mike, I saw a picture of her on your Instagram. She's definitely a cutie. As one of my good brothers, does she have a friend that watches wrestling as well?
Hold on, what? Does she have a friend that watches wrestling as well? Is that what you asked me?
Yeah, like another girlfriend that watches wrestling or something.
You just want a double date, pretty much.
So, oh my God, why are we doing this on stream? Why?
Just to embarrass you.
I know, I get it. We're gonna move forward from this, okay? We're gonna move forward from this. But anyways, I found out.
Mike.
And we are going to World's End. Since she is a very close friend of mine, it is a Christmas present to her.
Aww.
And it is another event that we are going to together, other than just a concert, because we've been just doing concerts.
That's awesome, though. It'd be fucking fun.
Nice little change of pace. So, yeah. So pretty much that.
Good.
So I'm excited to be going to World's End. I am, because I wanted to go to this pay-per-view, but I've never been to a wrestling event by myself. And that's kind of what got the conversation started too, is because I'm like, I don't know how I would feel about going to wrestling events by myself. And then I asked her if she wanted to go to World's End. So now I have a friend to go to World's End with. I'm excited about it because it's going to be a fun time.
I'm not going to say I'm jealous of you because you're taking your cute friend. I'm just going to say I'm jealous of you because you're going to World's End, period. Like,
well, I mean, look at the main event. We're looking at the main event. We're getting MJF and Samoa Joe for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, and the devil might be revealed. You know,
fucking right.
Oh. My boy, the greatest wrestler of all time, Jack Perry.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so freaking excited. Why can't it be December 30th? I don't care about Christmas.
I hope someone caught what I said.
so here's the thing. And I have nothing against holidays. But for the past 5 years, nobody has, I mean, me and John, we've been best friends for 20 years. We get each other stuff for Christmas. But outside of that, nobody else gets me anything for Christmas, my birthday, nothing. So, Christmas is exciting to an extent, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I can give a shit. Like Thanksgiving was just another day to me. Christmas is another day to me. But I try not to bring that negativity because I know it's a little negative. Try not to bring that negativity to other people because they enjoy it. And I don't want to ruin it for people. I don't. Just like you guys. You guys love Christmas. Hey, love Christmas. Yeah. I don't want to take that away from y'all. I don't.
I love Halloween. That's what I love.
I fucking love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite time of the year. It is. Because I get to be weird. Like, I get to bring out the full true self. Like, I bring my true self all the time. But,
I'm going to leave that joke alone about you being getting to be weird.
Say it. Say it.
I mean, you and I, we're both weird 24/7, It's good. Yeah. I like being weird. Weird is better than fucking normal,
What's
Normal's boring. What is normal? What is normal? You're right.
I pick my nose with my toes. So
you too?
Yes.
Huh?
Pinky toe exclusively.
I'm too fat. I can't do that.
You can do it, Sean. We believe in you, sir. So I got an AEW question for you guys. Let's get back on the wrestling talk because Sean kind of went off track with bringing up. Yeah. So let's get back on track. Hey guys, AEW question. We got about 3 minutes left here on the table spot before we shut things down for the night and move about our night. Sean, yeah, brag about it. It's only 9 o'clock where you are at. Whatever. It's only midnight here. But
yeah, but I stay up to like 5 a.m. with this girl here playing Fortnite.
I stay up until then. Yeah. You guys want to invite me to play Fortnite? What the fuck?
Well, you can join us.
Yeah, I play Fortnite.
Well, no, Sean didn't tell me this, so I blame Sean.
I just found out tonight.
Sammy, I play Fortnite. There, now you know.
Okay. Add me.
So, AEW question. Let's get into it. Okay, Sammy.
Yes.
First off, question is how much have you been paying attention to AEW as of late? Do you know about the Devil character?
The Devil character?
Yes.
I do not know about that, but I just watch it sometimes for MJF, that guy.
The Devil character is involved around MJF right now in his storyline.
Baby?
So,
that's kind of cool, right?
The rumors and speculations also have been out there about the Devil character. Is it Jack Perry? Is it CM Punk? Or me and Cam came up with this little theory of our own. A little conversation we had on the Boom on Wednesday night about the Devil. And I came up with a little theory of my own on who it could be. Now, there have been rumor about maybe it's Tony Khan. I took it a little further. Do you guys remember back in 2002 when we got the return of the NWO?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys remember when Shawn Michaels faced Vince McMahon back at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what character did Vince McMahon try to portray?
It's not going to be Vince McMahon.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's Vince. I'm trying to say that I think Tony Khan is trying to mimic what Vince McMahon did years ago, and it could possibly be Tony Khan.
Why?
Because, as we all know, in the history of wrestling, things tend to go full circle and come back around many times over. And it's been about 15 years since we've gotten a Vince McMahon devil character. And I think Tony Khan is trying to pull his own little devil character. So the question lies, who do you guys think it ultimately is?
I got two possibilities. One, if you look carefully, when Adam Cole, baby, is sitting on the chair while MJF is cutting his promo, he reaches into his shorts. Like, he reaches into his shorts, and then you see the devil appear. As if he clicked a magic, like a button or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
My second theory, well, actually, I have three. My second theory, Kyle O'Reilly's coming back from injury to do Adam Cole's dirty work.
Okay.
Setting up the reunion of, obviously, the Undisputed Era, which obviously they can't call them that, but whatever the fuck they were before everybody got hurt.
They can change one word in that.
They were called something, the Paradigm Shift, I think, or Paradigm or something. And
I think they call themselves the Undisputed Ones.
And my third theory is the greatest wrestler of all time, the man that ended CM Punk's AEW career, Mr. Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Okay. Sammy, do you have any guesses on who the
if anything, I would have to say Jack Perry.
Okay.
Because I heard people talk about it being Jungle Boy, but I didn't know Jungle Boy's real name is Jack Perry for a minute. I forgot it was that. That would be Adam Cole though, because Adam Cole had that surgery. Does the devil do you see the devil full size? Do you see him limping or you see him on crutches?
So sometimes you'll see a full body, but the thing is you don't see him moving.
Okay.
So that's the one thing that can throw it off.
And I don't know if you know that, Sammy, but Jack Perry's father is legendary actor Luke Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a fun fact going up there. So,
No, I know that's his dad. Yeah, he passed away recently or a year ago.
Like 3 years ago, something like that, yeah.
So, guys, we are coming to the end of the table spot tonight. Real quick before we get to the very, very end, just a little bit of broadcasting notes. Make sure to check out Paying Dues, and sorry for the interruption, on Monday. Check out Nerdy News at 4:20 on Tuesday, and then Cam G's The Boom on Wednesday night, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, following AEW's Dynamite for instant reactions of AEW Dynamite. And make sure to head over to Rivet City Radio's Twitch and Off the Top Media's Twitch and both of their YouTube channels. Hit the follow button, subscribe, turn the notifications on, check out all the great content going on. And also make sure to check out everybody's social media page. You can also join us on the Discord. Here's the Discord link if you'd like to check us out on Discord, and you can follow all the hosts on Rivet City Radio and Off the Top Media. And I'm sure we all have links to our social medias where they can join us on there too. So make sure to check everybody out. With that being said, Sean, your social medias are at the bottom there. Make sure you go over to Sean's social medias, hit that follow button, check out all the content he's taking care of on his side of the game here. But Sean, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on TikTok. So sometimes on TikTok till 3 a.m. playing with this one next to me, Fortnite. You can also find me right here every Sunday night on the Table Spot, and occasionally on Wednesdays with Will Gray on the Indie Wrestling Gazette. And you can find me at your local indie event on Sin City, Las Vegas, or major wrestling events around that area now. So you can also find me in some DMs. So,
Oh my gosh.
Sammy, I don't have all your social media stuff here, so throw out your social medias, tell everybody where they can find you at, hit the follow button on, and check out your content. Where can everybody see you?
You can follow me on Instagram, SammyXO43, or TikTok, SammyXO29. And sometimes on here and other shows on Rivet City Radio and Off the Top.
Alrighty, and then at the bottom here, I got Cam's social medias on the bottom here. Go over to Cam's social medias, check out everything that he does there. You can also catch Cam on the Boom every Wednesday night, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as he hosts his show right after AEW Dynamite. You can also catch him here on the Table Spot here on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can catch him on Friday Night Review. I believe it's following SmackDown every Friday night. So yeah, make sure to go over and hit up Cam. Check out his Cam's Corner. I highly recommend it. I love Cam's Corner. Love the stuff that he does over there.
Oh yeah.
And you can follow me. I made everything easy for everybody. I changed everything. Instagram, X, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat. Please hit up the Snapchat, people. I got one addition this week, and that was Sean. Thank you, Sean. It's about fucking time. But hit me up on Snapchat. I do post things on Snapchat. Sean, you can vouch for me. I'm sure you've seen it on my stories. I put stuff out there for not only shows, but other things as well.
No, I'm not subscribing to your exclusive Snapchat, though.
You want it for 99 cents, please. But everything is at Metal Mike 714. I made it easy for everybody. Easy. It's not hard. Metal Mike 714. You can also catch me every Sunday night here on the Table Spot at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me on the Boom every Wednesday night, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after AEW Dynamite. You can see me on Princess Movie Madness at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday nights. And then Sunday mornings. Yes, I'm here on Sunday mornings as well at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Rivet City Red Zone. That is it. Everybody have a great week. Enjoy yourselves. Be good to each other, the world, and be patient with each other. The world's not moving as fast as you fucking think it is. Have a great week, everybody. We will see y'all later. Deuces.
I don't want to set the world on fire.